You know, um, throughout the years, I've avoided talking about Straitway, even mentioning the name, even though I was a part of the ministry, uh, came out and was heavily influenced by uh, the teachings of Pastor Dowell. And, throughout the years, being able to grow and develop into the man that I am today, uh, being blessed through the labor of these hands, being able to show fruit uh, in all areas. And I mean literally all areas. And being able to live a set apart life, raising my family, uh, and living a peaceful and quietable life. I say that to say, but this situation with uh, uh, so-called Pastor Rufus has sparked something in me because what I'm seeing, which the Most High told me would come to pass. And this is why I'm finally talking and saying and speaking directly to Pastor Dowell, the ministry, uh, hypocrisy in action with this Elder Rufus situation. You have a man that cannot produce. He can only take. He's just like our government. He can only take. He cannot produce himself. And this is a prime example, Israel, of what it means to be a bootlicking, ass kissing uh, man that can't do nothing. He's just basically a hype man. And now he has to sit back and swallow all of these lies that he's been speaking about this Pastor Dowell, swelling words of vanity, deceiving the hearts of the simple. Is this not the scriptures coming forth right before your very eyes? See, uh, all lies will be exposed. And what you're seeing is a stage playing hypocrite that has done so much damage, done so much turmoil, there's so much lying and deceiving. The same thing that he's accusing Pastor Dowell and the elders to do, he's done it himself on numerous occasions. And it's amazing to see how he responds to it. It pretty is sad, and sorrow comes into my heart because this is not a man capable of providing for himself and his family. This is not a man that's capable of going out there and getting it done. This is not a man that's capable of being blessed through the fruit of his own hands. He's just not. And I say it with all confidence. I say it with all observation, with all truth. And I openly challenge him. See, we're going to see. We're going to see in the coming months and years if y'all's with this man. Because we got too many people that's in Israel coming to fleece Israel because they do not want to produce themselves. We got men like this all throughout Israel. And there's more of them in that ministry that hasn't been exposed yet. But you can know them by their fruit. They're fat, they're lazy, they're lethargic, and they have no ability to progress the people that's under them forward, i.e., no land development, i.e., no land purchasing, i.e., no increase in a quality of life, i.e., no ability to move their teams or the headships forward in any kind of set apart, self-sufficient, agricultural lifestyle that their pastor, Pastor Charles Dowell, um, has been advocating for years, and very few people, um, and I'm one of those few, who can get up on camera and say that they've gotten it done, whether community or homestead, and continues to get it done. Uh, this is what you're faced with: hypocrites, lying scoundrels, people that just don't have the best interests of the people at heart, and they're allowed to flourish. Why is it that the wicked are allowed to flourish? But the scriptures talk about this kind of stuff. Um, it's pretty sad. It really is, because, like I said in a previous video, there's a lot of people that's going to be hurt, and that are hurt, and that have been hurt throughout the many years that this has been going on with this Elder Rufus guy. This is nothing new, and see, you see, he got to understand that you can't bite the hand that feeds you. You can't even question the hand that feeds you. Because at the end of the day, that's Pastor Dowell's ministry. He started it. It's in his name. He's the face of it. And quite frankly speaking, he knows it. And anybody of real discernment knows it, that no one can replace him. It's just the truth. And in a spirit, you can sense that's a major concern, because look at the leadership. Look at the leadership. Look at the so-called men of Yah and see what they're doing, i.e., Pastor Rufus. I know it's a painful thing to look out, and I knew that this day would pass, and it's just it's one of those double-edged things where it's like, damn, exposed, but then at the same time, damn, what about all of the people? Darn, what about the souls? What about the people that is being negatively affected? The young babes that thought that people would have their best interests at heart. When it come to find out they're nothing but a whole bunch of users. You see, you got a lot of people like Elder Rufus or Pastor Rufus. You'll see, he can't get out there and he can't get it done himself. He cannot. He just does not have the ability. Looking at this man, because see, a real man of ability can notice and spot a real man of ability. And this is why all of this is happening, because Pastor Dowell doesn't need a hype man anymore. He's ascended to a certain place where it's just the what's the word I'm looking for? The rise. This is what happens in the rise. You reach a certain status through enough time and energy and effort and applying yourself, and then you get to a level where hey, you're in a much better position to be expendable of certain things and of certain people, and that's what you see happening. I'll give you a perfect example. Before starting my business and being self-employed and going out and doing what I do, there was a certain, I take any client. I take any client because, I wanted to get paid. I needed the money. But as business began to grow, and as this phone continues to ring, it rings more and more, and I get more and more business. I'm in a position now where it's like, you know what? I don't want to do that. No, I'm not interested in dealing with that caliber of client. That's just how it is. That's just how it is, and this is what's happening right now. You don't have to deal with certain things once you get to a certain level. And just like clients, people are expendable. And this is what you're seeing happen right now. There's a whole lot more going on behind the scenes that meets the eye. I promise you that. It's not more so of what's being not, it's more so being what's not being said as opposed to being what's being said. You got experience with these matters. Then it's never about the front facing bullshit that people put out for you to consume, to think that that's what the real truth is. There's something much more nefarious and darker going on. It's been my experience, or nothing going on at all, or pure slander. Either way, you have men that's claimed to have loved one another, exalted one another for years. And now this. See, somebody was operating in the spirit of truth, and someone was operating in the spirit of error. Someone did not notice the wolf in sheep clothing, because see, it's either one person or the other, or the whole thing is the wolf in sheep's clothing. Which one is it? Which one is it? Me of a sound mind, growing my own food, hunting, raising my food, being self-sufficient, drinking clean water, living debt free. Nobody can't come take my land, and being proficient in building, and being proficient in fixing, and being proficient in land maintenance. And Elder Rufus can't say all that. No, he can't. He can't. Building a successful, self-sufficient business and creating opportunities for others. As a man that speaks from this position, your modern day Boaz, I can testify. What ain't it? And this ain't it. Somebody's lying and somebody's telling the truth. It's telling the truth. Well, you have to decide for yourself. Because the average person is dumb, dormant, docile, apathetic, lethargic, complacent. And I say it in a certain order because I've heard Pastor Dowell say it in the same order. And can't produce shit at all. And this is what you got going on right now. It pretty is sad. It really is sad. But the chickens are coming home to roost. And see, every dog has his day. Whatever you put on the others, it's going to come back on you. It's going to come back on you big time. Whatever evil you've done to others, it's going to come back on you. Because y'all will not be mocked. And this is what you see going on. Because, see, again, I will say it confidently, purely. This man, Elder, he cannot survive on his own. He needs your donations. He needs your money. Because he can't get out there and get it done himself. That's just the fact of the matter. So how can a man like that lead the assembly of Yah? Pretty sad, isn't it? But by their own admission, by Pastor Corey's admission, by Pastor Dowell's admission, by I've the only videos that I've seen, but I figure they're all in agreement. A scoundrel in the midst of Israel, causing destruction. Now, I'll go with that because the fact of the matter is that I've seen this thing coming for a long time. I really have seen this coming for a long because see, this is just the beginning. Mark my words. Because those who cannot produce will be exposed. It's just, it's just a fact. Those who cannot produce will be exposed. And this is what you're seeing happening. All Pastor Rufus had to do was just shut his damn mouth and eat the crumbs that Pastor Dowell threw at his feet. And it would have been fine. But it's amazing, right? You have the book of Hebrews. Hebrews 5:4. He thought that he was something that he wasn't. Even though he had title, he didn't understand the order in that title. He didn't understand that there was higher levels than him. He thought that he was something that he wasn't. And boy, did he find out quick, fast, and in a hurry, that he wasn't. That all this king shit, for the lack of see, it's called the corporate CEO. I come from the corporate background. I understand corporate structure. And when you start a company, an organization, and it's all in your name and it's all on the tax doc and it's well established that you started it, there ain't nobody above that. You better be caught on some IRS shit. You better be caught on some molestation, some criminal shit for you to get locked up, and it's still yours because it's still under your name. And he did not understand that, because Rufus don't come from no corporate background. All these lies that he told in the past about who he said he was, it's a lie. He was a damn meat packer or a grocery store worker at best. By their fruit you shall know them. Watch this man. Watch this man. Because it's pretty bad out there. And this is a pretty old and incapable man, given his size and his diet. Clearly he's fat and unhealthy. You could just look at it just by looking at him. It's pretty sad, isn't it? Because the only way he supported himself and them wives is on the backs of others. Because he's just like our government. He cannot produce anything. He can only take. The bootlickers. So it's amazing what kind of men will be lifted up only so that other men's asses can be kissed. It's sad, isn't it?